cause, when we see, this is gonna be your MVP, and so is this. So when we look at your MVP, we're gonna see the inverse of your solution as what the cause is. And you can explain that too. Hey, through our research, we found that, blah, 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 blah. As you're explaining how you came up with the MVP. But in your problem statement, don't include that. Okay, next thing. This is probably the hardest thing for people to really understand. Whenever we have multiple pieces of this process, so our problem statement, our hypothesis, and our MVP, one key thing that we must ensure happens is we have alignment between all three. Okay. So if my problem statement is going after the communication between airmen and NCOs and the lack of trust, my hypothesis is we believe that airmen just don't talk to NCOs because they'd rather be on their phone. And my MVP is take phones away. Am I aligned?
No.
No, because my hypothesis isn't doing crap for my problem statement. Now, these two may be aligned with it. They're definitely not aligned with this. Okay? So when you go and start doing your hypothesis, and that's going to be Cap's fun part, a hypothesis is generally a educated guess. All right? You're not going to be an expert, but like, yeah, I can go ahead and print this widget for you, and it's going to solve all your problems. No, we don't know that. We have to test it. So we have to make an educated guess. If we implement this solution, it will solve your problem. Your MVP is the solution. I'm going to say this again. Actually, let me rephrase the entire thing. Your problem statement defines and focuses your problem. It is your starting point on the path of going to solution generation and ultimately getting your project done or moved. Your hypothesis is an educated guess about what you believe will solve the problem. Your MVP is what you believe will solve the problem. Questions? I can't stress that one enough. So when you go and write your hypothesis, you're going to say, we believe X will solve Y. Okay? It's a very basic hypothesis. I'm not going to get deep into that right now. My MVP is going to be a very simple statement, is X. So every time we run this, or every time we go through this class, the students like to use the same, they like to have like a hypothesis in the hypothesis section of the MMC. And then in their MVP section, they like to have like 5 different hypotheses. Instead of just simply telling me what the MVP is. Okay. You know, problem statement is we can't write on board, or it is hard to write on chalkboard or on boards because we can't erase them easily. Well, something like that, okay? My hypothesis is we believe that if we invent a marker that's easy to erase, it always stays wet, it'll make writing on boards easier. My MVP is a marker. Don't overcomplicate your MVP. All right? If you can follow those rules, you will achieve alignment. Okay? Now, you notice how I got these nice little circles around those boxes there? You're going to constantly iterate. You're going to go and test the hypothesis in MVP. Oh, they didn't like that. Okay, what's my new hypothesis? What's my new MVP? Oh, they didn't like that one either. You're going to throw these things out left and right. And then you're going to land on the golden ticket. You're going to find it. But you're not going to find it if you don't remember what you're searching for. The unmet need. So if your problem statement doesn't identify that unmet need, you're never going to find a solution that works. Questions? Oh, you're going to have questions. You might as well ask them now.
don't know what we don't know yet.
Too much?
Is
Not
anybody,
enough?
Well, actually,
is anybody overwhelmed?
no, so I've heard like, I've been in a course before where they talked about your problem statement, and this is probably the best, like, explanation of it.
Let's not tell a lot of people that, right? Let's keep that.
Yeah, let's keep that on low level.
Keep that on the down low.
What?
Let's not
What?
tell them.
That's
This is
explanation.
the.
This is trademark, by the way, I'm taking it with you.
So I guess this is the theory, but until you apply it, you know.
Right.
And that's part of the learning about it is like, you sit here and you can listen, but then you need to apply before it's really learning.
I will say it won't make sense until you sit on the back end where Kim and Jordan are right now, because as he's literally talking, I saw their eyes go to current state, gap, future state.
Yeah.
He repeated it 5 separate times in his presentation, and it looked like it finally made sense back here. So like you guys are just hearing it for the first time.
So, let's go over here. So we